1-800.
Greetings, everybody. Jeffrey Guterman, Strat-O-Matic Sports Network. It's going to be the Chicago Cubs at the New York Mets, second of a two. On September 9, 1969, it's Jenkins and Seaver. I'll be back with the starting lineups in just a few minutes. Greetings, everybody. Jeffrey Guterman, and I am wiped out from yesterday. For those who have missed it, we had a couple of wild games yesterday. And I thought I would just show you the couple of the highlights from those games. First, San Diego at Houston. Actually, that was a 4-2 game. It was the Pittsburgh at Montreal game that was really wild. I thought I would show you here. It was a tie ball game, 9-9. Pittsburgh 9, Montreal 9, bottom of the ninth. Fairley had hit a 2-run home run in the bottom of the ninth with the score tied 9-9. And that was and then Staub came in to pinch hit. Brand on third, and the Expos are a fly ball away from the win here. 1 out, and there's going to be a hitter for McGinn. And we don't have a pitcher. We don't have a pitcher yet. Let's see who's going to hit here against Dalcanton. Oh my Lord, look what they have. It's going to be Rusty Staub. Oh my. Staub left-handed. They could bring in Belinsky, the left-hander, but it just doesn't make sense to me. We'll just let Staub go ahead and hit against Dalcanton. Not that much better. Here we go now. The winning run on third, 1 out. 9-9 game. It's Brand on third, Dalcanton on the mound, the pitch to Staub. That's 4-12, left-handed, grounded back to Dalcanton. He's a 317. 317, 7-3, G3, E17, 4-8, 9-10, 11. Oh, he boots it! And the ball game is over! Oh, Dalcanton booted it! Oh, and Brand comes home. Oh, it was booted. Oh, what a game. The final, Montreal 10, Pittsburgh 9 on a 1-out error by Dalcanton. And that was it. And that was about a half an hour before the Super Bowl kickoff. And if I wasn't exhausted enough after playing 2 games that day, including that one, it just was a blowaway.
At 1-800-CONTACTS, we're here for people.
Then we had the Super Bowl in real world. And that was just, not only was I tired staying up for it past my bedtime, but just, well, kind of unreal. The game was pretty surreal to me. Maybe one of the greatest, if not the greatest, Super Bowls in history. And here we are at Shea Stadium. And we have the Chicago Cubs at the New York Mets. And I'm sorry if I'm a little down today. Life is wearing me down, folks. It's going to be Jenkins and Seaver for this second game. JC is here. Hello, JC. And, of course, Kathy Harden. You have cat cereal. Now, what is it? Cat cereal. I don't get it, Kathy Harden. Maybe I'm just being too concrete this morning. I'm wiped out, and Cleon is back in the lineup. I'm wiped out, Kathy. It's great to see you. Let's look at the opening lineups. For the Cubs, leading off at short, Don Kessinger. Batting second at second base, Glenn Beckert. Batting third in left, Billy Williams. Batting fourth at third base, Ron Santo. And Rhodes Scholar has arrived. Great to see all of you, my friends. Batting fifth at first base, Willie Smith. Ernie Banks getting a game off. Batting sixth in right field, Jim Hickman. Batting seventh and catching, Randy Hundley. Batting eighth in center field, Oscar Gamble. And pitching and batting ninth, with 15 wins on the season, Ferguson Jenkins. And those are the Cubs. Cubs won the first game of this series. For the New York Mets, leading off and in center, Tommy Agee. Batting second at third base, Wayne Garrett. Batting third in left, Cleon Jones. Batting fourth in right field, Art Shamsky. Batting fifth at second base, Kenny Boswell. Batting sixth at first, Don Clendenin. Batting seventh and catching, Jerry Grody. Batting eighth at shortstop, Buddy Harrelson. And pitching and going for his 15th win this season, right-hander Tom Seaver. On this date, the Mets were 1/2 game behind after play, behind the Cubs. And we're going to start this game in just about a minute. Hey everybody, Jeffrey Guterman here in Studio B in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And I'm pretty wiped out this morning. I thought I would sleep pretty well, but I didn't sleep well. Interrupted at times. After yesterday and watching that Super Bowl. But here we are, it's a Monday. And the Mets take the field where it's Shea. It's Seaver on the mound, catching him is Grody. In the infield, Clendenin at first, Boswell at second, Garrett at third, Harrelson at short. In the outfield, left to right, Jones, Agee, and Shamsky. And leading it off for the Cubs is Kessinger. Cubs come into this in third place, 10 1/2 games behind at Pittsburgh. Mets are 11 1/2 behind. A win here, the Cubs can tie the Cubs for third place. And Seaver is ready. Kessinger steps into the batter's box, switch hitter batting left. Here's the windup and the pitch to Kessinger. That's 6-2 left-handed, and that is a base hit for Kessinger, just over the reach of Boswell. Kessinger singles to open it up off Seaver's card. And here's Glenn Beckert now. The Tom and Jerry Show as a battery. That's exactly right, Kathy Harden. Here's Beckert. Beckert lays down a bunt. The infield stays back. He's a B. It's a 7, and it's good. It's hit to first, and Clendenin can only take it to the bag. Kessinger on second with 1 out. Now Billy Williams steps up. Mets won this real world 7-1. And the pitch to Williams. That's 5-9, left-handed, fly ball left field for Cleon. And it's 2 away, Kessinger holds. And here's Ron Santo. Here's the pitch from Seaver. And that's 3-6 right-handed, and that is a drive hit out deep to left center. That's going to be extra bases. Kessinger will score. And coming around second into third is Santo with a triple. A big triple off Seaver with 2 outs. And the Cubs take a 1-0 lead. Here's Willie Smith now. Seaver, the pitch to Smith. That's 3-6, right-handed. Oh my, Smith belts it. Wait a minute. Oh, that is a re-roll. Oh, Lord, that is a re-roll. That was a re-roll. I am so sorry, people, just by the skin of our teeth. Whoa. That is 3-5. It's still a base hit by Smith. Santos scores. Those are tough calls to make, folks. Could have been a home run, but, you know, that 20 die has to be flat as a pancake. And it was just lifted up. I'm not going to show it because you can't see it with the angle. But nevertheless, Smith singled Santo home. It's 2-0 Cubs, with Smith on first, 2 outs. And here comes Hickman. Those are tough calls to make. But it's either flat or it's not. Here's Seaver now. And the pitch to Hickman. That is 5-11 right-handed. Grounds it to third for Garrett. And he throws it to Clendenin at first, and the side is retired. But 2 runs for the Cubs here in the top of the first. A sad start for the Mets on a Monday morning in real world. After a half an inning at Chicago 2, Mets coming up. No regrets. Here comes Jenkins now. On the mound, taking his warm-ups, catching him is Hundley. It's Smith at first, Beckert at second, Kessinger at short, Santo at third outfield. Left to right, Williams, Gamble, and Hickman. That's down 2-0 already. Here's AG to lead it off. Jenkins is ready. And the pitch to AG. 4-9 right-handed. It's hit well by AG into the gap. Just misses, clearing the fence. And that will be a double for AG to lead it off. And here's Wayne Garrett now. Okay, Jenkins from the stretch. And the pitch to Garrett. That's 4-9, left-handed, hit well into the gap, and that's going to be a double. AG comes around third to score. And it's a 2-1 ball game now. So lots of hitting here in the first. Back-to-back doubles by the Mets. Now it's Garrett on second, no outs, and here's Cleon. Okay, Jenkins. And the pitch to Cleon Jones. That is 2-6, right-handed. He grounds it back to Jenkins. He fields it. Throws to Smith. It's one away. Garrett holds at second. Now here's Art Shamsky. Left-handed hitter. 2-1 Cubs here. Bottom of the first. Okay, Jenkins. And the pitch to Shamsky. That is 5-3, left-handed, fly ball right X. That's for Hickman, a 3-5. (12-3), F2, E5, 6-10, 13. And he makes the catch. It'll be an F2 with a runner on second. Garrett can try to tag, but I don't think so. 1-13, he'll hold. So it's 2 outs. And Kenny Boswell in a clutch situation here to tie it up. It's 2-1. Garrett on second. Okay, here's Jenkins. And the pitch to Boswell. That is 3-7, right-handed, and Boswell with the base hit to left. Williams. Garrett rounding third with 2 outs. 1-14, 2 outs, 1-16. He's coming home. Here's the throw from Williams. And he's safe. It's a tie ball game. Boswell goes to second on the throw. Huge clutch single by Kenny Boswell here. We're all tied up. What a first inning here. Boswell on second, 2 outs. Jenkins trying to get out of this, and here's Don Clendenin now. Okay, Jenkins, he gets the sign from Hundley. Here's the pitch to Clendenin. That is 1-5. Right-handed, and that's a base hit by Clendenin. Just past Willie Smith at first. It went through. Boswell, though, will go to third and hold. It's first and third, 2 outs, and here's Grody now. Another Jenkins, and the pitch to Grody. That's 1-6, and it's single one. It's a grounder to first. Smith has it. He'll take it to the bag, and the side is retired. But the Mets match the Cubs with 2 runs on 4 hits and 2 left on. And after 2, it's 2-2. After 1, I should say. I'm so sorry. After 1 inning, it's a 2-2 ball game. Seaver comes out, top of the second here. Randy Hundley will lead it off. Swinging strike by Hundley. And that's low for a ball. Count evens at 1-1. Okay, Seaver, the windup and the pitch to Hundley. That is 6-6, right-handed. He flies it to right for Shamsky. He's under it, and he makes the catch, 1 away. Here's Oscar Gamble now. We hope all of you are doing fine this Monday, recovering perhaps from last night. Sort of a surreal finish. I mean, how you got to admit, regardless of who you wanted, it was an amazing game. Gamble at the plate, left-handed hitter. Here's the pitch from Seaver. That is 1-7, right-handed, and that'll be a base hit for Gamble. That's the 4th hit out by Seaver today. Gamble on first, 1 out. Here's Jenkins. A B bunter. Okay, Seaver's ready. And the pitch to Ferguson. That is 3-7. It's a grounder to second. Gamble not being held. Boswell steps on the bag, throws to Clendenin at first, and it's a double play. So it's no runs, 1 hit, and none left on. And we move to the bottom of the second. It's a 2-2 ball game. We're winding down here our September 9 schedule. Left on the schedule are 2 games. Our next one is snoozer, Kansas City at Oakland. That'll be Drago for the Royals and Hunter for Oakland. And then the final game is a big one, St. Louis at Philly, with the Pirates lost to Montreal, and that was played yesterday. St. Louis only 4 games behind A win can put them within 3.5. It'll be Nellie Bryles for the Cards and Grant Jackson for the Phillies. It's the bottom of the second. 2-2 ball game. Jenkins on the mound. Harrelson will lead off. Seaver comes out on deck. Harrelson, switch hitter, batting left. Jenkins winds and deals. And that's 5-7. Switch hitter batting left, grounded to second X. That is for Becker, 230. That's 7-2. It's a G2. E30. 4-7-8. And he throws him out. So Harrelson is retired, one down. And here's Seaver. That's 3-7. It's a ground ball to second again, Becker. And that's 2 away. Top of the order, 2 outs, nobody on. Agee, the batter. He led off the first with a double, came home on Garrett's double, and then Garrett scored when Boswell singled with 2 outs. We're all tied at 2. Here's Jenkins. The pitch to Agee. That's 4-7 right-handed, a fly ball to center field. And that's for Gamble. He makes the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Ferguson. And we've gone 2, and it's a 2-2 ball game. Seaver comes out, top of the third. Top of the order for the Cubs. It'll be Kessinger to lead it off. That's fouled back by Kessinger. Okay, here's Seaver now. The windup and the pitch. That's 5-6. Switch hitter batting left. He struck him out. That's the first strikeout for Seaver today. 1 away. Beckert steps in. And the pitch from Seaver. That's 1-8. Right-handed, grounds it to short for Harrelson. It's 2 away for Billy Williams. So both pitchers basically settling down thus far after those 2-run innings, half innings. 2-2 here, top of the 1 on. Cubs batting, Williams at the plate. Here's Seaver. And the pitch to Williams. That's 3-6 right-handed. Grounded to short to Harrelson again. He has it. He throws to Clendenin, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Seaver. And we're in the middle of the third. It's a 2-2 ball game. I'm Jeffrey Guterman. This is the Strat-O-Matic Sports Network. Thank you so much for being here. I need to use the lavatory. I will be back in just a couple minutes here. Indeed, I will. Okay, I am back here in Studio B. It's 2-2, and we're heading to the bottom of the second. Jenkins retired the Mets in order in the second, as did Seaver in the top of the third of the Cubs. And it'll be Wayne Garrett leading it off. He doubled A.G. home, who had doubled. Fouled back by Garrett. Okay, Jenkins. He gets the sign from Hundley, the wind up, and the pitch to Garrett. That's 1-2. Oh my, hit deep by Wayne. Oh my, and that's gone. Wayne Garrett has hit a home run to lead off the third. And that puts the Mets ahead 3-2. And that'll be his second run batted in. Wayne Garrett with a home run, a 1-2 snake eyes all the way, 3 times snake eyes. Look at that again, 1-2 right-handed. Home run 1-11. And what a team this Mets team is. Their best year in franchise history. My goodness. Boy, Wayne really pulled that one. And that is Wayne Garrett's first home run of the season. And it was off his own card. Understandable that it was a 1-2. His first home run puts the Mets ahead 3-2. Here's Cleon now. Cleon tap back to Jenkins in the first. Here's the pitch from Jenkins now. And that's 1-6, and that is a base hit by Cleon off Jenkins. My goodness. Cleon on first, he's a B. Not being held, 1-10 with Hundley. And here's Art Shamsky. No wonder they don't hold him. Shamsky flew to right in the first. Jones a short lead on first. Nobody out. Garrett led off with a home run. It's 3-2 Mets here, bottom of the third. The pitch from Jenkins. And that is a 4-10 left-handed fly ball left for Williams. And Williams makes the catch. Jones comes back to first quickly. 1 out. And here's Kenny Boswell. Boswell singled. He singled Garrett home in the first. Here's Jenkins. That is 2-7 right-handed. He struck him out. And that's the first strikeout for Ferguson. 2 outs. And here's Don Clendenin. Mets won this game 7-1 in real world. The pitch from Ferguson to Clendenin, 5-8, right-handed, fly ball right. This should end the inning. Hickman under it makes the catch, and the side is retired. But it was a run on a leadoff home run. His first of the year by Wayne Garrett. We've gone 3. It's 3-2 Mets. I don't get that, Kathy. You wrote, "Good morning, coffee, cat cereal, Cubs, and Cleon." What is cat cereal? Maybe they're not meant to be together. Yeah, I'm reading into it. Okay, Seaver set to face Santo, Smith, and Hickman in the top of the fourth. I ask because I'm interested. You don't have to get into it. Here's Santo. Mets lead at 3-2, top of the fourth. The pitch to Santo. That's 1-9 right-handed, and he struck him out. That's the second strikeout for Seaver. Oh, you have a cat eating cereal. I get it. I kind of thought that might be the issue. Here comes Willie Smith. Smith singled in the first. Seaver gets the sign from Grody and the pitch to Smith. That's 1-4 right-handed, chops it to second. Boswell takes it and throws it to Glendenin. It's 2 outs. So Seaver's settling down now. Here's Jim Hickman. Seaver into his windup. Here's the pitch. 3-9. Right-handed. Struck him out. A 1-2-3 again for Seaver. This time he struck out 2. He's got 3 in the game. We're in the middle of the fourth. It's 3-2 Mets. You know, a strange thing, folks, is last I looked, Ferguson disappeared from X, formerly Twitter. He just disappeared. Oh, there he's back. And he only has 23 followers. I'm going to follow him, put him in my main list. Here's Ferguson. I really feel for Ferguson because he says, I promise my pages will not disappear again with my new team managing them. And I am personally answering questions. Super. I might let him know how this game turns out. I don't want to. I might not if he... That's what happened. I'm glad to hear that he's okay. That he's alive. That he's, I had no idea how it disappeared. Maybe someone hacked his account. Okay, here, speaking of Ferguson, here is Ferguson, and the tragedy that he went through. Do you all know? His daughter was murdered by her either ex-boyfriend or boyfriend. And there was a documentary that came out. I didn't get to see it because it was on a paywall, but something like The Grief and the Glory, or the other way around, talking about it. Can you imagine that? Here's Jerry Grody leading it off. Bottom of the fourth, Mets ahead 3-2. Jenkins on the mound. Here's the windup and the pitch to Grody. And that's 1-3 right-handed. And that is a liner to short. Oh, nice catch by Kessinger. 1 out. We had an amazing live chat discussion during the Pittsburgh Expos game yesterday afternoon about existential pertaining to aging, for lack of a better description. And wow, it was really something. Here's Harrelson. It's in our live text. Jenkins facing Harrelson, switch hitter batting left against Ferguson. The windup and the pitch. That is 5-9, switch hitter batting left, grounds to short X for Kessinger. 221. (5-2) G3 pound. 479 E21. And he throws him out. 2 away in the bottom of the 4th. And here's Seaver, who grounded to second in the 2nd. Can you believe that he posted that post that I read to you on February 6th and no one replied? I am replying right now. Great to have you back, Fergs. February 6th, God. Okay, Seaver at the plate. He's a 1 WR. Jenkins gets the sign from Hundley, the wind up, and the pitch from Ferguson. 3-9, grounds to third, and that is for Santo, and he throws Seaver out, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Fergs. That's what I like to call him. And we've gone 4. It's a 3-2 ball game. Seaver comes out. He's retired 7 in order. And it'll be Hundley to lead it off. Hundley steps into the batter's box. Seaver gets the sign from Grody, the wind-up, and the pitch to Hundley. 5-4 right-handed, grounds to third X for Garrett. He's a 220. (8-2) for Wayne, G2, E20, 3-6-7. And he throws him out, so Hundley is retired. And that's 8 in a row for Seaver. After a bit of a rough start, he allowed 2 runs in the first, as did Jenkins. Now Oscar Gamble is the batter. And I got to tell you folks, I don't like to be a big complainer, but you know I am a bit of a complainer. In that Super Bowl last night, those commercials were excruciating. What I mean is the relentless, first of all, the breakaways, those TV timeouts, just for money, the corporate greed, and it was like, I don't know if some of you know the Frank Zappa song, "I'm the Slime," which refers to media. The corporatism, the slime just confronting you. I mean, sure, they're humorous, they're entertaining a bit, but it was a relentless barrage of slime, as Frank Zappa would call it. Here's Gamble, left-handed hitter. I don't know if anybody else thought anything like that. call me old-fashioned. I don't need that shit. I don't need any of that shit that they're peddling. Nor do I want it. I mean, Gamble steps out of the box for a moment. I want I want shelter, I want food, I want weed, I want caffeine, I want Strat-O-Matic, and my internet access, my computer and my iPhone. But after that, I mean, you know, I don't need more. Some people may say that's a lot. Gamble steps back in. Well, all I want is peace of mind. I don't know what peace of mind is or what I would do with it or do once I have it. But here's Seaver. And the pitch to Gamble. That's 5-8 left-handed, and it's chopped to second for Boswell. Boswell is a 334. 334, that'll be a 17-3 for Boswell. It'll be a G1, E34, 6-12-14. And he boots it. Oh, Boswell couldn't get it. He booted that. We had a game yesterday, though, with one out and the winning run on third in the bottom of the ninth in a tie game. And Rusty Staub came up to pinch hit. And he hit a little dribbler to Dal Canton of the Pirates that was booted. And the winning run came home. It was unbelievable. Well, here's Jenkins now. I sure hope Ferguson follows me back on X, formerly Twitter. Especially since I'm the only guy or gal, who responded to his tweet. Okay, with Gamble on first, one out after the error by Boswell, it's Jenkins batting. Here's the pitch from Seaver. That is 111. And he grounds it back to Seaver. He throws it quickly to Boswell and then to Clendenin for the double play. It was a 111 double play, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits, the error, none left after a double play. We're in the middle of the fifth. It's 3-2 Mets here. And we hope you're enjoying this ball. This is the Strat-O-Matic Sports Network, also called the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network. And we're really focusing now on a replay of the 1969 season. We've broadcast all games since July, late July. That's when I picked up on it. And when I say late July, I'm referring to within the season. Now it's September 9, it's the hot pennant race. And I'll tell you something, the Mets are still in this. It's a long shot. They have 24 games counting this one. They've really got to, they've got to win every game, basically, I think. Here's Ferguson, and we move to the bottom of the fifth. Mets lead by one. It'll be top of the order. Here's AG. Okay, Jenkins is ready. The wind up and the pitch to AG. That's 5-8 right-handed. Fly ball right. Deep but playable by Hickman, one out. And here's Wayne Garrett. Wayne, 2 for 2 today. Doubled AG home in the first. And then the solo home run to lead off the top of the third. Oh, excuse me. Oh my goodness. Okay, Jenkins is ready. He gets the sign from Hundley. The pitch to Garrett. And that is 2-7 right-handed. Fly ball center for Gamble. And that's 2 away. Here's Cleon now. You know, I'd like to look up that clutch. Rhodes Scholar was on me about how easy it is. If I remember, after this half inning, I'm going to take a quick look at that in the rules section with you and see if we want to incorporate that immediately. Here's Cleon now. It's that little horseshoe. Okay, Jenkins, with 2 outs, no one on. Cleon, 1 for 2. Singled in the third, left on. The windup and the pitch to Cleon. And that's 5-4 right-handed. Catcher X for Hundley. Hundley, 1-3. That's 23. That's a G2. E3. Boy, that's good. 10. It's going to be it looks like it's a dribbler in front of the plate. It is. And he throws him out. And that's a 1-2-3 for Ferguson, and he's retired 9 in a row. We've gone 5. It's 3-2. And if you don't mind, a well-meaning break just to check out that clutch. I've been putting it off way too long. Bear with me. I'm doing this live and in real time. Page 13. Rule number 30.7. It's a super advanced rule. Here it is, clutch hitting. Ignore this symbol, the shoehorn, and accept the original result unless there are 2 out with at least 1 runner at second or third. But when the clutch hitting situation exists and the batter's dice roll yields a result with a horseshoe to the left of it, handle the results this way. Uh-oh. If the original reading is any type of out, make it a single. All other runners advance. Okay, folks, sometimes I'm slow. Here's an example. Let's look at Kessinger. Here, if he gets this here, I have been reading it fly ball center out. B. Ignore this symbol and accept the original result. So we'll continue to do that unless it's a clutch situation. But in such clutch hitting situations, handle it this way. If it's out, it's a single 2 asterisks. And I guess what we're looking at is he's a good clutch hitter. If it's an out, make it a single, 2 asterisks. Note, ballpark effects are based on a 3-year period. That's okay. Here's one here. It's a single for Beckert, and we would consider that a single anyway. And I think some people may not have ballpark effects, clutch. Yeah, here's one up on a 3. So I guess you still consider it the single. So we're going to incorporate that immediately. And Road Scholar, if you're with me, and you happen to see me do that, you let me know if I'm off or not. And we'll get back to this ball game now. Top of the 6th, it's 3-2 Mets. Seaver takes the mound, and he'll face the top of the order again. Both pitchers have largely settled down, at least the last couple innings or so. It's 3-2 Mets. The difference has been the solo leadoff in the bottom of the 3rd. Leading it off for the Cubs is Don Kessinger. I'm a little slow, people. You know, we're all different. I'm slow, I'm concrete, even though I get into abstractions and, incorporating some of these rules. The fly ball B with a question mark. Also, I may start including that. I need to read that one too. I think it's just a fielding rating versus the arm. Okay, Seaver is ready. Kessinger 1 for 2. Singled, scored on the triple by Santo. Here's Seaver. And the pitch. That's 2-9, right-handed, and that's hit well by Kessinger into the gap. And that's going to be a double, so he got a hold of a Seaver fastball. And Kessinger in scoring position, no outs. That's the tying run. Here's Beckert. He had a sacrifice bunt in the 1st, and he grounded to short. Okay, Seaver from the stretch. Pitch to Beckert. That is a 5-6 right-handed, struck him out. Number 4 for Seaver. His first endurance is the 8th. Ferguson, also the 8th. Now Billy Williams. Here's Seaver from the stretch. Williams 0 for 2. And the pitch. That's 1-9, right-handed. Oh, he grounds it to second. Boswell has it. And throws to first. Kessinger goes to third. So with 2 outs and Kessinger on third, it is a clutch situation. Here's Santo. You see this here with a, right here would be a single 2 asteroids. I guess it's all worked in, you know. Here's Seaver. And pitch. That is 6-7 right-handed, and he struck him out. And the side is retired. That's the 5th for Seaver. We're in the middle of the 6th. It's 3-2 Mets in a tight one. Here's Ferguson now. He'll face Shamsky, Boswell, and Clendenin. Okay, Jenkins is ready. Here's Art Shamsky, 0 for 2 today. The pitch from Jenkins. That is 3-9 right-handed, and he grounds back to Ferguson, who fields it and throws to first, 1 out. And he's retired 10 in order. Now here's Kenny Boswell. Jenkins now. The pitch to Boswell. 5-8, left-handed, grounds to second for Beckert. 2 outs. And here's Don Clendenin. 2 outs, nobody on. Ferguson into his windup. And the pitch. That is 1-6 right-handed. It's hit well by... Oh, look at that re-roll. Look at that re-roll. Second time. That's as clear as a re-roll as you'll ever see. There it is. Okay, 1-7. And it's a fly to left. And Williams is under it, and it's another 1-2-3 innings. So, wow. That's the fall of the dice, folks. That's the way it goes. Another 1-2-3 for Jenkins. He's retired 12 in order. We move to the top of the 7th. Seaver on the mound, trying to hold the lead here. 3-2 Mets. Here's Willie Smith. The windup by Seaver and the pitch to Smith. That is 2-8 right-handed, struck him out. Number 6 for Seaver. Now Jim Hickman. I'm getting some lagging. Hickman 0 for 2 against Seaver. Here's the pitch. That's 6-11 right-handed, fly ball right X. That'll be for Shamsky, 4-2. Eight, 4. It's an S2. It's going to go through. Shamsky couldn't get to that. He is an E2, 6'11", 15. And so it is a single for Hickman with 1 out. Here's Randy Hundley now. Seaver gets the sign from Grody. And the pitch to Hundley. That's 6-5 right-handed. Struck him out. Number 7 for Seaver. And now Oscar Gamble. Left-handed hitter. We'll have a little break for the 7th inning stretch here. Gamble 1 for 2, singled, and reached on the error in double play, doubled up both times. All right, Seaver now. The pitch to Gamble. And that's 2-6 right-handed, and he grounds it to short. No one's being held. Buddy Harrelson throws it to Clendenin, and the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. So Seaver continues to hold the lead here. We are in the 7th inning stretch. It's New York Mets 3, Chicago Cubs 2, September 9 in our 1969 replay. Mets looking to win it and tie the Cubs for 3rd place in the National League East. I'm Jeffrey Guterman. This is the Strat-O-Matic Sports Network. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Good morning, everybody. It's Jeffrey Guterman in Studio B in Fort Lauderdale, Florida for our Strat-O-Matic 1969 replay. We've gone 6.5. It's 3-2 Mets with Jenkins and Seaver still on the mounds. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Ferguson takes the mound. It's Seaver and Jenkins. For each of them, their first endurance inning is in the 8th. And Grody leads it off here. Grote is 0 for 2. Jenkins is ready, the wind-up and the pitch to Grote. That is 2-7, right-handed, grounds it to short for Kessinger, and that's 1 away, and he's retired 13 in order now, Jenkins. Here's Buddy Harrelson, switch hitter, batting left. Seaver comes out on deck. I'm going to try smoking weed at 6 p.m. tonight for the first time, rather than using earlier. If I play an afternoon game, it'll probably be around 2 o'clock on coffee. I'm not going to make a second pot this morning. Here's Buddy Harrelson. Harrelson is 0 for 2. Here's Jenkins. And the pitch. That is 4-10. Switch hitter batting left. It's a fly ball to left. Playable by Williams. 2 outs. And here comes Seaver. He gets a good hand from the crowd. Okay, Jenkins is ready. And the pitch to Seaver. That's 5-2, right-handed, walked him. Jenkins puts Seaver on with 2 outs. That's the first base runner since Jones singled in the 3rd. And here's AG now. AG 1 for 3. The pitch from Jenkins. And that's 2-6, and he struck him out. So that'll retire the side. It's the second strikeout by Jenkins. No runs, no hits. The walk to Seaver, left on base. And we move to the 8th. Cubs down by 1. And there will be a hitter for Jenkins. I guess they're going to say, okay, you did your work. He allowed 6 hits, walked 1, struck out 2, and allowed 3 runs, and he's the loser of record. Seaver's been so tough today. Abernathy pitched in real world, but he pitched in our game on the 8th. It's going to be Phil Reagan warming up and coming in. Phil Reagan. Let's see who's hitting here. It will be Paul Popovich, the quintessential, I guess, pinch hitter. I think I heard that once from somebody. He did a very good job playing second base when Beckert was out in, I think it was May or June. And he steps in. In the top of the 8th to face Seaver. Okay, Seaver gets the sign from Grote. Here's the pitch to Popovich. That's 3-5, and he grounds it to second for Boswell. And he throws it to first, 1 down. Here's Kessinger, 2 for 3. Suppose you could have let him hit Jenkins. They still have the heart of the order coming up, but they didn't. That was DeRocha's call. Okay, Seaver facing Kessinger. He's 2 for 3 today. The wind-up and the pitch. That's 1-8, right-handed, popped it up to second for Boswell. And Boswell makes the catch, 2 away. and Glenn Beckert. 2 outs, nobody on. Pitch from Seaver. 5'10", right-handed, grounds it to short for Harrelson. And he makes the play. It's a 1-2-3 for Seaver. So we're heading to the bottom of the 8th. Seaver holding the lead here. And there's a new pitcher, Phil Reagan. He's a right-hander. He pitched 112, all in relief. He had 17 saves. He was 12-6 in real world. It'll be Garrett, Jones, and Shamsky. And if you're looking ahead to the top of the 9th for the Cubs, it will be Williams, Santo, and Smith. Ernie Banks not playing today, not starting. He does play on the 10th, and therefore I would consider him a prime candidate to pin. Well, I don't know. I might just I don't see a pinch hit really situation for that. Smith's a left-handed hitter, I believe, and that would be fine against Seaver, the right-hander. So we'll see. Here's Garrett. He's 2 for 3 today. Reagan is ready. Bottom of the 8th, the Mets lead by 1. Garrett doubled and scored, knocked home Agee. Homered to lead off the 3rd. The pitch to Garrett from Reagan. That's 6-7, left-handed, fly ball center. And Gamble makes the catch, 1 away. Here's Cleon. Cleon is 1 for 3, Shamsky on deck. Reagan, the windup and the pitch to Cleon. That is 1-5, and that is a double down the line for Cleon. His 2nd hit of the ball game. Beautiful hit by Cleon, right in the gap. He's at 2nd standing with 1 out. And here's Shamsky now, left-handed hitter. Okay, Reagan now. From the stretch. And the pitch to Shamsky. That is 5-2, left-handed, grounds to 2nd. Beckert has it. Jones holds. He throws to first. Beckert, 2 away. And Kenny Boswell comes to the plate in a clutch situation. Here's Reagan now. The pitch to Boswell. That's 5-3, left-handed, fly ball left X for Williams. Williams 3-12. 6-3. Oh, that's an S2. Oh, and Jones will score. Let's see if he boots it. That's going to be 5-10-13, Williams. I was afraid of this. 13, and he boots it, a 2-base error. Oh, wait a minute. No. He is I'm sorry, Williams is an E12. And it is a 13, it is an E2, it's an S2 E2. Billy Williams, I think this is the 2nd time he's made an error this series. It's a single and an error. The runner ends up on 3rd, and Jones scores. Oh, my. That's a little insurance there, makes it 4-2. And here's Clendenin now. Then in 1 for 3, here's Reagan. And the pitch. That is 6-9, right-handed, walked him. So Reagan has been in trouble this inning. First and third, 2 outs, and Grody is the batter. Six-seven, right-handed, and there's a base. Oh, what a stop by Santo on a 6-7 single, 1-19 against the right-hander. 1-19. Santo stops it and throws it over to first. A beautiful play. It was a 20, and the side is retired. There was 1 run though. Consider it a bit of insurance. Seaver takes the mound. Top of the 9th. It's the Mets by 2. Williams, Santo, and Smith here in the top of the 9th. Here's Williams, a chance for redemption. Williams, left-handed hitter. He's 0 for 3 today. Seaver, the windup, and the pitch to Williams. That is 5-11, left-handed. Fly ball center. For AG, 1 out. And here's Santo. Smith comes out on deck. Santo 1 for 3, tripled, scored, knocked in a run. Struck out twice by Seaver. The windup and the pitch. That is 5-6, right-handed, and he struck him out again. And that's the 8th strikeout for Seaver. Seaver 1 out away from his 15th win. Willie Smith, the batter. Oh. Oh. Here's Seaver now. The windup, the pitch to Smith. 4-5, left-handed, hit well, into the gap for a double by Smith. And that'll bring up Hickman. A 2-out double by Willie Smith off Seaver's card. Hickman at the plate, he's the tying run. Hickman 1 for 3. Seaver from the stretch. And the pitch to Hickman. That is 1-3, and he struck him out. Right on Hickman's card, 1-3 right-handed. And the ball game is over. What a game. 9 strikeouts for Seaver. The final score, New York Mets 4, Chicago Cubs 2. The win goes to Seaver. It's his 15th of the season. He pitched 9. 7 hits. He did not walk a batter. He struck out 9 and allowed only 2 runs. Jenkins gets the loss. Reagan pitched 1. He allowed 2 hits, a walk, and 1 run. The final line, New York Mets 4 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error. Chicago Cubs 2 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. The Mets will now be tied with the Cubs for 3rd place and 3 games over 500. The Mets lead the Cubs 1 game in the loss column. Our next game on the schedule is a snoozer. It's Kansas City at Oakland. I'll look into playing this game later this afternoon. I want to say to everybody, stay strong. Stay well. I want to thank you for being here. and I'll catch you all next time.